If you had to get rid of one day of the week, what would you get rid of?
Are they replacing each other?
No, you got rid of Monday, but now you're going to go Sunday, Tuesdays. No, you don't like Tuesdays.
You were right. This was a bad question. What is the one thing a girl could do on a date that is like an immediate no?
You take them out for dinner, having a nice time, and then they start eating and it's...
Sounds like a good night for you if they're doing that.
If you genuinely think, with your hand and heart, you'd have a KFC over Chinese for those reasons, you vote for him.
The idea of a takeout, you don't make it...
Adaptable, it's got about 100 dishes.
Yeah, adaptable to your needs, not to
It
the
is.
variety. No, it's not.
It is.
It's
What are
really
your
not.
needs, Kieran? Would you say?
Special.
Kieran just wants to eat on his own, and when I say want, he's got no choice. You think you can drive an F1 car?
We can all get in our car and go for a drive.
You think you can drive an
I
F1?
think I can give it a good bash and not be too bad.
Whose life would you want to swap a day with?
I'd probably say without inflating his ego, Ty.
What,
was that the right answer?
Without inflating his ego, and he's like...
And not that I would trade this in case anyone's watching, but just to see what the single life's like.
All right, someone clip that.
Welcome to BourneHub, the fastest growing podcast on the internet. With myself, Ty. We've got Kieran with us.
Hello.
We have Matt.
Hello.
We have Mike.
Hello.
And we've upgraded. We've replaced both Dans for today's episode, and we brought in stroking genius, the Pep Guardiola of Sunday League, Mr. Kurt Ray.
Hi guys, good to be here.
That is the manager of our Sunday League side.
Why laughing?
Our Sunday League side, and we're on for the double. So obviously, the man is a stroking genius somewhere going on.
Well, you know, I prefer not to speak.
It's not very good for a podcast, is it?
some weeks we prefer you not to speak.
How the podcast works, I don't know if you've seen it. You probably have. Everyone has. But
Fastest growing podcast on the internet.
normally I bring a topic to the table, and there's a few questions, and then the spinny wheel,
Right.
your biggest competitor, picks two people and they debate the topic, and then we vote, the jury, who would win. Now, we've had a few topics. Last week, there was a bit of abuse going on. They weren't happy with either the topic or the questioning or the order of the pick.
Who's they?
Well, a lot of it was coming from that direction.
Me? That was Dan. Dan up.
Well, you look similar.
Is that why he's not here?
Well, it was that direction.
Well, that's why he wasn't here last.
Yeah.
I was sat actually over there.
Yeah,
so.
well, there's a reason why those Dans aren't here today.
Any questionable feedback and you get booed off the next week. Is
Yeah,
what
so today I've got the boys to do their own homework, and they brought a few questions with them. It can be about anything. So this one isn't a topic. This is Bourne versus Bourne today.
Mate,
So-
the dream match.
We lose that game.
We lose that game 0-0.
It would be like, you know that story of when they've done a training drill against no one, they pass it round, they passed it into his own goal. We're 1-0 down against no one. Who wants to start?
No, I don't mind starting.
You've got a few
I'm
questions.
so excited.
You've got loads.
Giddy already.
I haven't, right? I gave one to Kurt, right? But the problem is I've got one question I'll say later. I've got one question now. I think if I say it and if it doesn't work, like if the conversation doesn't work, then we can move on quickly to another question I have. If not, if it does work, I can ignore my second one and we can do my third one later.
Okay.
The wheel is spinning. The wheel is spinning for any of our audio listeners, and it is
Ty. Ty's the first
Ty
one.
Denny.
Against.
Also, huh?
Why have you put Matt's name down there?
Matt can still do it.
I can still argue my own.
Yeah, the same way that was the problem I had. Everyone was upset. I already planned my answers.
Just Matt's the better twin.
I said it out loud.
I forgot to remove myself.
It's against himself.
I don't know. First one is me versus Kieran.
Right.
All right.
Denny boys.
We're going to be here a while.
Give me a while, I was going to be fuming. If you had to get rid of one day of the week, what would you get rid of?
It's on me first, isn't it? That might work. Oh, there's two in my head.
Go on.
He only knows 2 of the weeks.
Yeah, but if I say one, he'll say the other.
I
So
can't believe you didn't get that one to Kurt.
He's had all day to think about it.
is that the one you told Kurt?
Still said it wrong.
I'd have to go. Yeah, have to be Monday.
He's wrong. It's Tuesday. It's the correct answer.
What is that?
Well, he's got to answer first, but I'm happy to give my reasons.
That's why you boys.
So Monday.
I've got to answer first, but he's going to explain
No,
why.
well, you give me your answer of Monday. I'll explain why you're wrong.
I think I might know what you're going to say.
So, firstly, as well, Monday's a bit overhyped for being the hated day. I don't There's a lot of reasons why not. I work in an office. You work in an office as well, don't you? And you do as well, Kurt.
I do.
I don't know about you. You two have different jobs, but 9 to 5
Like
jobs.
in an office?
Typically.
A home office, should we say?
Yeah, that's fine. But like it's an office admin like sort of environment. Mondays tend to go very quickly. I've always found, depending on your job, Mondays tend to be quite quickly. You're reminiscing about the weekend. You're sharing stories with your co-workers. You've had experiences over the weekend. You talk about them on the Monday. You get to the Tuesday. Well, I've already told you what I've done over the weekend. All I did was see you yesterday worked and told you my stories from the weekend. I've spent all my Monday talking about my weekend. I can't do that on the Tuesday. The Tuesday, I'm nowhere near the end of the week. I'm not even at the middle of the week. So now I'm in a position where once I'm at Wednesday, I'm like, oh, still 2 days to Friday. Friday is the dream day. So my feeling is have I misunderstood the question? You didn't ask me what my favourite day of the week was, and I'm just passionate. No, so I think you spend your Monday can go quickly. You're talking about your weekend. Everyone's got a story. Tuesday, you're ages away. The workload is still the same, and it's just not as fun. Tuesday,
Why are you laughing?
Tuesday.
Carry on.
He loves Tuesdays, that's why.
Yeah, no, I just personally think Tuesday you've got 3 days to go, 3 full days until Friday, which is the best day of the week for me.
You done waffling? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Just what day?
For anyone that's still here, thanks.
What day do you dread the most?
Yeah, it's Monday.
It's
You
Monday.
dread
Yeah.
Maybe Monday. It is Monday, okay? You know why it's Monday? Because your weekend's over. There's nothing to do. And you go straight back to the thing you hate to do during the week. So it's the start of pain.
Yeah.
They've all just answered the question for me, really.
Yeah, yeah.
Counter your point though. Like,
can do.
if you got rid of Monday, then Tuesday would then be your most hated day. that's the day you come back.
Wednesday becomes the Tuesday.
Yeah,
so you
so-
hate
It's the day you go back to work.
Yeah, but
though,
it's always going to be the case.
But the day you go back to work after the weekend is now going to be Tuesday. So technically
Wednesday
Tuesday.
wouldn't become the new Tuesday. And I'll tell you for why. Because Tuesday is the day that's 3 days away from the Friday. Wednesday is still the same amount of days away from the Friday. The Tuesday is redundant. So
The Monday is the furthest away from the weekend.
Yeah, but the Monday now becomes a Tuesday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What are you doing on that Monday? Yeah, so the day you go back to work is Tuesday. If you get rid of Monday.
yeah.
So you
I'm
now
confused
go to
myself.
Tuesday.
All the logic.
Tuesday's now your Monday.
You were right. This was a bad question.
So you want to get rid of
Oh,
Monday.
wait.
Alright, hang on, let's
Are they
get rid of-
replacing each
No,
other?
no. You got rid of Monday, but now you're going to go Sunday, Tuesday. So now you don't like Tuesdays.
Yeah, but I've got to get rid of one.
Yeah.
To be fair, it doesn't matter too much. I'm just taking a day out of the week then.
Yeah, but then
I'm
you're still
just
going to hate Tuesday. So it's
'Cause
still
that's the
doesn't
day you go
change-
back to work
doesn't-
after the
it doesn't
weekend.
change the fact that the Monday's there. You're still going to be a Monday to you, isn't it?
I could take out any day then. It wouldn't matter.
What's the point of the question?
There is no logic then if that's a bit of
So
it.
same other question.
Well, no, I think
I think that's the right
I
question.
put a lot of
That's
effort into my
alright.
answer. I want to be
I
voted.
think you could add Wednesday into that because of all the people that go. It's Hump Day. You know, there's people in the office. There's usually one
Yeah.
bloke.
I'd be a bit concerned knowing what you do.
Definitely not Hump Day.
Thursday's the
I
worst
don't
sounding
mind
day.
a hump
So.
day. I'll tell you for why.
It's Hump Day.
Hump day's the middle of the week, like the hump.
Getting over the hill.
Yeah.
I always found
And
that
it's
more
the day my uncle
Thursday.
visits as well. I don't know.
Mine was Monday or Thursday.
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 I think Thursday's a good shout because you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it's Friday.
Yeah, but some
Yeah.
people have a half day on Friday, so Thursday is kind of like a big night sometimes. Some
Yeah.
people go out on a Thursday
We have a
night.
half day on Friday and we never go out on Thursdays.
Yeah, that'd just be stupid, Mike.
Because you always go out on Friday night.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Pretty
we're
much.
not working.
The amount of times I knew I've got to work on the Friday and then that Thursday's just like a killer one. It's just like there's still another day of work after. And after I've done 3 days.
We're assuming everyone has 9-5 jobs Monday to Friday. There's some people watching right now. That won't be the case.
That won't be the case.
They might work on a Saturday. They'll be like, I want to get rid of Saturdays.
Well, if that's the case, this question isn't really that important.
Exactly, yeah.
I personally think the Tuesday. I think the Tuesday is a bit of a rubbish day.
I think the Tuesday is the worst answer you could have picked, to be honest.
I think you'll.
No, because when do you play Champions League? It's Tuesday, Wednesday. You can't get rid of Tuesday.
Judging by the way Liverpool going, we're not.
Thursday nights you'll get rid
Thursdays
of.
we're keeping. No, I just think like my genuine answer, not because you said Mondays. I always say at work, ask any of my co-workers, what day does Kieran hate?
The amount of times we'd work together and we'd just be talking forever about anything. We never ran out of topics.
Because you boys only work like 3 hours a day.
Yeah, but every night, you said earlier, every night you have dinner, don't you? So that's already one topic. You speak about that every day.
You always ask me about what I had to read.
All right.
But
What
don't you
How long
don't you
does
get?
that take to answer that?
with Matt, it takes a while. We really dissect
The amount of
the
different
conversation.
combinations I go through.
Also, you remove. Granted, there's a Champions League day, but there's Champions League on the Wednesday. That can be played then. You get rid of a Monday. There's your Monday night football gone.
Yeah, if you get rid of a Tuesday, then your Champions League football's gone.
Is there an echo in
You do
there?
it on Wednesday.
Yeah, but you got
the
Champions.
end
No,
day.
this is the issue I got with the question. Are we replacing it with some
No, just
like?
get rid of it.
Fuck.
It's
Thursday,
so
Europa League.
everything on Monday is just
I mean, what
vanished.
do you
Monday
replace it
doesn't
with?
exist.
So
What
you
would
go
you
from
replace it
Sunday
with?
to Tuesday. So Tuesday becomes Monday.
Oh,
That's
my
a bit
head
different
hurts.
then. No, because that's a bit different from my answer. Because I'm still sick with Monday,
No.
but it changes because I pick Monday because it's the furthest away from the weekend. But if it doesn't matter, we just take in a day and all the other like
If you
a 4-day
take away
midweek.
Tuesday becomes the furthest day from the weekend.
Yeah, but then it's
You
a
wanna get
yeah,
that
but it's
Tuesday.
different because it's a 4-day weekend, so it changes like what I do on those
It's
days.
like a rubbish riddle.
What do you mean 4-day weekend? It's still a 2-day weekend.
No, not weekends,
question's
midweek.
pointless.
What if you're
Weekday.
just changing a day to the weekend day? So you have 3 weekend days, but you're just changing a weekday day.
Or put a weekend somewhere else?
Yeah, a weekday day.
That wasn't the question.
The question.
Well, yeah.
Have you heard about my gammon sandwich?
Is that a euphemism or something?
Oh no, not his gammon
When you
sandwich.
said gammon earlier, you'd heard about it. It's fine.
Can I hear about the gammon sandwich? Then?
Oh, you don't want to hear about the
That
gammon
was a
sandwich.
weird. Should we vote on that to get that?
Well, I think
question
they
over
answered
with?
me straight away when I said, "What day do you dread the most?"
I
And
think
they all
Mike
said
was- I think Mike
Monday.
was a bit more switched
What
on.
if I get rid of Monday?
You're thinking.
You're delaying it.
Yeah.
The problem's still there. I'm still going to wake up on Tuesday thinking it's the start of the week. I've got 4 days.
Yeah, but I
It's
mean,
always going to be the case, though.
Yeah, but we wake up on Mondays.
The thing is, if
and-
you get rid of Tuesday for the reasons you said, then Wednesday becomes that Tuesday.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Wednesday's still only 2 days away from the weekend.
No, because
Yeah, but it will be for no matter what. 'Cause it's
It
only
will-
4 working
it'll be
days
the
now.
same. It doesn't matter. I could take away the Friday. There's still 4 days in midweek.
Take away Friday though, because you've got the whole evening.
I know. Okay,
Then
you use the Thursday.
becomes the Friday.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's the same thing. It does.
If
Matt.
you don't take a
Flawed.
Saturday or Sunday away, you're golden.
what's your worst day of the week?
Monday.
Well, you remove a Monday then.
Yeah, Monday. Okay, let's vote. What are we picking?
Monday.
Mondays, yeah, logical.
Monday.
Probably a Monday.
Yeah.
No,
Good
I
question, Matt.
I
Just argued Tuesday. haven't we,
I
Monday?
genuinely think Tuesday.
Yeah, you like.
For me,
Put Gary Neville Carrier out of job, innit? Monday Night Football.
Right,
well, I'm glad we did that.
Kieran.
Oh,
All right,
no.
a nice change of pace. My question's not to do with the days of the week.
Damn it.
Yeah,
What's your
but whatever.
favourite day of the week?
Well, no, I haven't. I'm gonna
Thing is-
stick. I won't put me and Kieran back on there. I'll leave it between you three.
I
Um,
wanted days of the week.
So my question is, do we spin the wheel as I talk? Because I want a big build. For the first person, what is the one thing a girl could do on a date that is like an immediate no? Like you went on a first date, she did whatever your answer is, and you're like, yeah, in your head that date's done. There's no redeeming it. That's game over. Who's the first person, Ty?
First one is Dan Locke's twin.
Danlock's twin versus.
Walk in the men's toilets.
Yeah, we're back on.
Unless you're a bad
that one, I'm not sure.
Who am I against?
Cat.
Alright. I'm going to say something along the lines of you take them out for dinner, you're having a nice time, and then they start eating and it's...
That sounds like a good night for you if they're doing that.
yeah, it's like when yeah. You know, you can see it swirling around the back of the... all the food, when they're chewing, and it's just like, oh, you know for a fact you're never going to be able to eat with this person again, so it's already ruined.
Well, they got the mouth open when they're eating.
Yeah, but I'm talking like mouth spitting, all this sort of stuff.
God, that's key.
Because you know, the like 90% of the time you see your girlfriend, you're eating food, so you know it's going to happen every single time. If you can't stand it, you know, it's deal breaker, we're done.
So like
Yeah, that's
bad
annoying.
table manners, like really bad table.
Yeah, but like really bad chewing and really loud, and it's really irritating. Go on then, Kurt.
Like snotty nose. I think, like, you know, like.
What, having a
no, but
Look
like.
at these girls.
Yeah, you know, like. You know, like anything to do, like just bogeys and stuff, like picking their nose, maybe. You know, like just up the nose. Yeah, it's
I
just.
think that's a natural thing. I pick my nose. It's got to come out.
Yeah, but not at the dinner table.
Well, no, I didn't say I picked
A
it
date.
to the table.
Well, this is what it's about.
You know, but- well, you could be bowling. I just said specifically if I saw the girl eating, then that would be a deal breaker.
What if you just saw her eating?
In the way that I described earlier, which I'm not repeating.
Yeah, I just think if you're at the dinner table and you just see, like just bogies in her nose, like snot in her nose.
Imagine Kurt going, bogies.
I don't know what angle you're looking at.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm thinking, just when you meet her, you go, "Oh, can you just have a quick chat?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
You-
just-
Can I just squat a minute so I can see your nose?
Yeah, but you know,
nostrils.
well, decent size. You can see.
Have I done
My
that?
issue with the bogey one is
Yeah.
that I think that's something she can't help. And sometimes on a first date you might be nervous and you don't want to then pick your nose. If you like, a bogey can come about. We all know a bogey can come about.
Out of nowhere.
A
Yeah.
bogey, no, but a bogey can come about.
It's harsh to say that's something you have full control over.
Yeah, but I'm not saying. I'm just saying it puts me off.
I get that, but I think that's a bit. I think you're. I think
She's
you're
got a cold and she's
So-
trying her best to come out on the
Well,
date.
Yeah.
Bit snobby.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
well-
it is. Do you know what? If I showed up on a date and I saw a guy looking at my bogies, I think I'd be quite upset as well.
You've got on days with guys.
It's a type of date.
Yeah, hold on.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It's just something you're not telling us.
the mood change.
I'm come dressed
We've
as a
all had
bogey.
our suspicions, Kieran. It's alright.
That's all right. It was the bogies that gave it away, was it? No, I think the bogey, you can't help the bogey, and you don't want to then pick the bogey, because then you're picking your nose. So if the bogey's stuck in the nose, I think it's on the date to say, oh, you got to just go,
Oh, you
you just stick your finger up and go.
You don't do that, do you?
I think there's a serious stigmatism around bogies that shouldn't
It's a
be
big
there.
word for you, that.
What bogies?
I think things like you
Let's
can't
embrace the
control,
bogies.
You can't control things like that. I think it should be a case of you got a bogey, you should be able to take it out, flick it across the room.
We are
Sort
just
it.
like, you can use a napkin, you can
Yeah.
like
Right.
blow
Yeah,
out.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I'm
You
not
can
going
do
for dinner
whatever
with
you
you.
This is
want.
what I'm saying. Like picking her nose on a date.
No? If she's picking her nose.
Yeah. This is
Oh,
what
I
I'm
thought you meant
saying.
if it was just obviously there. Like,
No, picking her nose and
That does
stuff.
change things a little
Yeah, man. Like,
Speaking of, I just got a like on Hinge, so
bit. Is
hope
that
she don't pick
related
a
at all?
nose.
she's got no bogies in her nose.
No, that's for genuinely the first thing I'm going to check now. I will be like tilting my phone.
Yeah, you'll see it.
Get your
now.
magnifying glass out.
Yeah, I think I've got to vote for Matt.
You've shared yours. What are we saying?
I would still say Matt because that does annoy me when people eat with their mouth.
I would as well.
Yeah, I think that Matt's is something more you can control. Well, not you can control not picking your nose, but you're sort of stuck.
Sound effects
Like,
as well, which puts you off.
You know it's going to be there for life. The bogey situation, you're probably not going to have a bogey there the whole time.
It's a double whammy because if she's eating with her mouth open, that probably means she's like bunged up there as well. So
she might have bogies hanging out as well.
She might do,
Snoring,
exactly.
It's a
Well,
slippery
she's
slope.
eating her bogies. like,
It's a slippery slope.
Just to be clear, Matt hates it when women open their mouths.
Well,
Right, so Matt, you won that one. Right.
thank you.
I'll go. We'll use everyone who's in BourneHub, so the other two Dans, and we'll add Kirksey's here. If you had to
It
trade,
sounds like a pity ad.
No.
It's like you've got, everyone's a born up. Oh, and because Kurt's here, he can be in it as well.
Yeah.
But just the main six.
whose life would you want to swap a day with?
Ooh.
Okay.
That's similar to one I was thinking of actually.
And it's between. It was Mike.
You can't pick yourself, right?
No. Oh yeah.
Swap
Swap with.
I didn't want it to be me, and it is me. I didn't want that answer. Okay. Me against Mike. But you're to go first, so you get the pick of the bunch.
Oh, what an honour.
You lucky boys.
I don't really know what you boys do day to day, to be honest. I
know
don't think I
Matt-
want to know.
I
But
know who Matt would pick. He'd pick Kurt and put him in the starting lineup on Sunday.
rent free.
I'd probably dress up as an elf if I was Kurt.
I'd probably say without inflating his ego, Ty. Firstly, what was that the right answer?
Without inflating his ego,
yeah.
he's there like,
One, we gym together, so technically I get to see myself that day, so that's a bonus. First of all, I think he does a lot of
And you
weird
spend the
shit.
evening with me.
Yeah, well, there's always downsides in there. He gets his meals cooked for him. That sounds like a bonus, to be honest. He does all this like YouTube shit. I think it'd be quite interesting to see what he does day to day.
Do you know,
I have no
when
idea
I come
what he
home
does.
and help him with the editing, it's the same as when I left the last night. I like to know what he gets up to during the day.
And not that I would trade this in case anyone's watching, but just to see what the single life's like for a day.
All right, someone clip that. I thought you were going to compare sizes there. I just want to see how big it is.
I could say that about anyone, but
Honestly, we'll be shocked if you pick Dan Richards.
just to see if he's all chat or not, or he actually delivers. You know.
So no, it would be to see if you're all chat or not, because it would be you.
Yeah, it'd be you. It wouldn't be me.
Oh, I'm not cheating on you. I'm tight.
Hey, no one said about cheating. No one said about cheating. Don't put words in my mouth now. Yeah, that's all I got right now.
It was annoying because you picked a lot of the same reasons. I was going to pick you, but no. Do you know why though?
You two don't have to swap. You can't.
Let's all hold hands and sing one love.
Yeah, but mine.
It's still gay if you swap bodies.
It sounds like that, but my logic was, you gym as well. You do more similar stuff than I would. You work.
Do you know
We
what it
take
is?
care of ourselves. I
It's
think
just-
it's the main
just
thing.
You two don't work 9 to 5. You don't do proper jobs.
No, and that was part of the reason.
That's
You
your
boys
job.
all do like long shifts. Ours, we are more flexible. So again, it wouldn't be too different to what I'm doing now.
Yeah, you're your own boss. You know, you can really sell it to people.
And I could go home and his missus would have to cook for me. So
I'm worried about the missus part. There's red flags there.
I just think like it's more.
Come back to your missus.
I don't know. I know what you do throughout the day, and you always come home moaning some of the time. So,
I'm looking, you're still there.
I don't know. Yours.
I'm with him the whole time. So
Yeah, like I'd have to
Well,
hang
there you
around
go.
with all you boys 24/7.
I think it depends on the day, because we're assuming it's a work day.
What was it, Saturday?
So Saturday.
If it's a
surely-
Friday, I'm not picking you boys. I know what you are.
If it's a Sunday, then it's just the same as what anyone else is going to be doing on the team. So
I'm just picking maybe for like a
No,
week.
it's not with me.
I don't know.
Sorry, that's it for two.
They're quite bad answers though. Like they haven't decided who they'd rather be, Ty or Mike.
well, you kind of
Who would you rather be then, boys?
Copied my arguments, so maybe me.
More compelling argument was him because you
Yeah.
just copied what he said.
No, but, well, it was only because he went first. That was
Then-
the only issue I had.
With his missus, so.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So it's whether you like my missus or not. It's basically what you're saying here.
Mike came out with a more compelling, but Mike's misses. Yeah, Mike, you came out with a more compelling argument. I'd rather be Ty.
I think Ty came
So,
up with a more compelling
but,
argument.
So you'd rather be Mike?
Yes.
I don't know where to be. Yeah, is
I
it a
don't know
win?
whether I'm happy.
So Mike,
Is it a
you
win or
won.
not?
Don't know what
You
we like,
won.
but
It's a
boys.
lot.
I'd rather be Ty.
I think I would personally like. This isn't my answer. I think if you pick the right Dan Lock day, you're getting an absolute belter of a day. I feel like you get up some
Because he doesn't know what he's doing.
because he
let
has no
alone
idea
you.
what's going on this day. I would. Do you know what? Again, I would say I'd rather be Ty, and that's only because
But you live with Ty. Don't you want to experience something different?
No, I've been to
Come
your
on to
house.
Broadstone, take a trip on the wild side.
I've been to your gaff a couple of times. I'm all right. No, I only because I know that Ty does editing during the day, and I actually enjoy doing that. So it's a bit of a boring answer. Basically, my life would be identical. I just wouldn't have to go into work. That's what I'm getting at. I just have the exact same. I just
You live the high life.
I just stay home from my job.
I lost that technically.
I'm lucky.
I feel like I lost though.
Yeah. Right, Kurt.
Indian takeaways are the best takeaways.
Discuss.
Discuss the best takeaways.
So
Do
an
you wanna
option
spin a
is
wheel?
of yes or no.
Yes or no.
Yeah.
Both people say yes.
I had
Then
one.
happy days.
There's no debate. There's no debate. Yes, it is.
Is it best
Who's
to go
doing
what takeaways
I-
best?
That was
What
my one.
takeaway?
Yeah,
It's
'cause you've
best.
just given us a
I was
yes or
thinking
no.
that was one of mine actually.
Yeah.
Go.
Damn
I
it.
wanted us to have an argument about food.
Ooh, I wonder what I'm gonna pick.
Don't get upset. But you came out first again. I know you get funny
I
about
can put
that.
my food-
You always come first,
I'm
don't you, Matt?
always out first.
You
But
selfish
Always with your
bastard.
missus.
I can put my food choice first.
Can't say
That's
that.
fine.
So we'll do Kira thinking about it.
I think due to the taste, the choices, the communalism.
I think it must be Chinese because that was a different language. Mate.
community feeling. I think the best food, best takeaway. I don't think it. Like, I know it. And if your opinion is something else, then I respect you're wrong. But I believe it has to be Chinese. It does.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Why though? Apart from the communitalism.
Because the food, every single dish
How Chinese?
bangs. All of them. It's so most people order a Chinese and they're looking at it. I could have that. I could have that. I could have that. But they have to go. Oh, you can't get all of it because it's going to be too filling. But there's so many different dishes. You could have 10 different Chineses, 10 different dishes, and still have a great meal.
So I'll tell you why you're wrong. And it's nothing to do with the food actually. I think the Chinese. No, do you know what? It's not the food. I think the Chinese food is very, very respectable compared to with my one. I'll tell you my answer in a second. I'll tell you what's wrong with yours first.
I want to hear yours first. That's not fair.
No. I'll take.
No,
you
because
don't
you can't
rush
take a
me.
piss out of mine if I can't come back.
I can do what I
No,
want.
that's not fair. Because I've got to be able to back myself up.
But I didn't realise this was your game.
It's Ty's game. That's
All
why
right,
I'm looking at Ty.
Well, it's
then-
everyone's game, really.
It's everyone's game. Football's the real winner.
Just like the Chinese.
The
This is everyone.
communalism.
The communalism.
So the issue with Chinese isn't the food. It is the portions. So the way you order in.
Too big?
Kind of, yeah. You can't get the right. You can't order what you want at Chinese. You buy Tupperware of it. So if I wanted ribs and I was ordering a Chinese for myself, I'd have ordered like 6 ribs, and I'm like, I don't want 6 ribs. I might want.
Yeah, that's where the communalism comes.
No, but what if I wanted? What if I
We
want?
stop with communalism.
So the best takeaway.
Then they
needs
do
to be-
take out meals for one.
No, but that needs to be adaptable.
It is.
It's not
It is.
adaptable.
You get a choice of about 3 dishes and some rice, and it's like a
3
tenner.
dishes.
Oh,
That's a lot of
that's-
variety, isn't it? For a takeaway.
It's still going to be nice, though, isn't it?
No, it'd be nice, but yeah, I don't want like 6 ribs. I might say I turn around, I wanted rice, noodles, ribs, chicken balls,
Yeah.
and that was what I wanted. I'd order like a week's worth of food for
that's-
one evening.
yeah, but
For like 30 quid.
Why is that?
Yeah, I'm spending like 30 quid
No.
to get lots of food, and I just want a meal.
Right, let's
I
quickly.
want a succulent Chinese meal.
Two things you can say to that. Firstly, they have the meals for one, and it's about 10 to 15 quid depending where you go, and you can get 2 to 3 of the dishes in a smaller portion with a rice or a chicken chow mein. Secondly,
What? Yeah, but then I'm limited to what I want. I could
no, you're not, because you can get 2 or 3 dishes and a rice and a chow mein. I think that's perfect.
I want to know
for
where this
Chinese.
deal is. 'cause
And
I
also,
haven't seen that.
I've done
never
it.
Has any of you ever seen that deal?
I've done it. I bet I can find one. Honestly, I've done it.
Well, I don't have.
You've
I
done
don't have
one.
takeaways for one. Like,
You
no,
eat it by
Chinese-
yourself, but you have takeaways for 4.
You've seen it.
Like
Seen it,
Chinese, I
though.
wouldn't get on my own. But
Yeah.
I get as a group thing.
Yeah.
Hence the communalism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
but is that not? Does that not sign? See, I mean, I'm practicing the language.
Secondly, it is a food you can eat the next
Secondly,
day.
does he make the Chinese?
And it's just as nice. You can eat it the next day, and it's delicious.
Delicious. Does he make it as well?
Yeah. Bloody
so
beautiful.
my issue with that is that I think it needs to be adaptable. You need to be able to eat it then. It needs to be what you want. The idea of a takeout, you don't make it
Adaptable. It's got about 100 dishes.
adaptable to your needs, not to
It
the
is.
variety. No, it's not.
It is.
It's
What are
really
your
not.
needs, Kieran? Would you say?
Especially
Kieran just wants to eat on his own, and when I say want, he's got no choice.
Because every time I go to a Chinese, I said this doesn't adapt.
Well, you can go to an all-you-can-eat Chinese if you really want.
That's not takeout, is it?
No, I know,
That's in
but
the end. So
that's
let's
part of
not
it.
let's not
To be fair, Kieran,
let's not
Yeah.
strike that from the
Right,
record.
strike that from
Indeed.
the
if you're saying all of this and then you come out and say pizza,
Yeah, no.
it's
No, mine's
going
not
to be a
far off.
letdown.
In fairness,
Go on
and
then.
I'll tell you why.
Like Thai.
Fried chicken. Fried chicken is the staple of every
So
good
KFC.
KFC, pretty
KFC,
much.
okay.
KFC is what I'm getting at. But the reason I say this, and the reason I say this only, is because you can get a meal for one. KFC, boneless bank, where you get box meals for one. You can get a bargain bucket for 4 people, for 6 people, family buckets. You can order the right amount of chicken, the variety, the flavour. They bring out burgers, wraps, and that's all in one
You're
takeaway.
focusing too much on the logistics here.
No, and the
hear me
logistics
out.
are very important.
Exactly. So hear me out. Would you rather sit on your own and eat a boneless banquet to yourself, or have your friends and family round, have
Yeah,
a nice
but
chat?
no, you can do
big
that with
fat
KFC.
Chinese?
I don't want a big fat Chinese man around eating my KFC. yeah.
Not again!
Yeah.
Yeah, but so you're just eating chicken.
Can you
Just
eat KFC?
chicken.
Can you eat KFC as a big group?
Yes, but
Or
that's
can you eat Chinese as a big group?
Yes.
Yes. Can you eat KFC by yourself?
Yes.
Yes. Can you eat a Chinese meal by yourself with the right portion sizes? The
Yes.
correct answer is no.
no, because you can then have more
No,
the next
Probably
day.
speaking for every Chinese takeaway.
You get Chinese.
They're
They,
probably
they're
isn't
not all,
one
they
that's-
don't. They all look the same to
They do
me.
meals for one. They do meals for one.
No. So strike that from the record. No.
So you'd rather just sit there and eat chicken? Obviously, the chicken's nice, but
Yeah.
once you've had 2 or 3 bits, that's about it. With
Yeah,
Chinese,
but
you've
how
got
much
such
chicken
a
are you
selection.
eating in a meal?
You've got such a selection with it.
You like KFC?
Don't tell me the chips at KFC are nice, because they're not.
Oh,
they're not.
They are very good, and I will keep that in the record. that
Right,
you've
are
said
they
that.
better than salt and pepper chips from a Chinese?
Yeah.
No.
they're not.
No.
Salt and
He's
pepper
got you there.
chips.
Yeah.
Okay, salt and pepper chips are nice,
Exactly.
but you then have how to
about you,
order that.
Tyler?
You get a big bag of salt and pepper chips.
Which you share with your mum, your family.
but I don't. But I'm eating by myself. I can't do that.
But if you're not eating by yourself, would
Well,
you
I
rather?
am.
No, but if you're not,
Well, I am.
would you rather have KFC or
You're not going to
Chinese?
get a word in.
If I wasn't eating by myself, probably KFC. I'm more of a chicken.
Thing
fan.
is, I like
Okay,
them both.
that's fair enough. As a group, I think
Do you know what?
as a
Here's the
group,
issue-
I
here's
think
the
we'd
issue as
agree.
well.
No.
Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I've solved it. So you guys don't even really need to think about this.
He will try and manipulate this.
So.
And if
you
KFC
sure-
beats Chinese,
he's all
I'm
about his
walking out.
communalism, right? He's got a big family round. He's got a big party. How many you got round to this party? They eating this big Chinese.
Hey,
that-
no one said anything about a party.
I've had a slap up Chinese, just me, my mum and my dad. I've had a slap up Chinese, just me and my girlfriend. I've had a slap up Chinese on my own. Right?
Stop saying slap up.
Yeah, a slap up
up a
Chinese
Ch-
with more than 5 to 10 people.
Well, it sounds like
What
you're
you
not-
doing
your
to the poor
Chinese is
Chinese?
slapping down.
It goes. And I honestly, I just don't see how there's any comparison to your one bit of chicken to my.
It's not one bit of chicken. There's such a variety. So my point is, if you're
I
sharing
think
this,
KFC is more of a lunch. Like,
Okay,
isn't it?
all right,
Afternoon.
you turn
Like,
around.
If you go for a takeout, you don't go. KFC now and then, but it's the Chinese is the go-to.
all right, there's 3 of you. In each Tupperware, there's noodles for 2. What are you doing? 3 people want noodles. You ordering 4 lots of noodles? What are you going to do
So-
with that extra
So
one bit of
you
noodles?
start off by arguing the portions are too big, but now they're not big enough for free.
No, if you order in evens.
I didn't know there was that much depth to this
No, you
question.
order in evens. Do you not think though? No,
Rattled.
I'm not rattled. My wish is always this high.
This is why you can have half one day and then half.
I don't want to eat tomorrow. I want something else.
No, I think that's a good thing about a takeaway. You could have it the next day.
You can
Sometimes
have it the next day. You can have,
it
any,
cold the next day.
You can have anything the next day.
KFC.
This isn't good.
You can't
This
have
isn't
KFC chips the next day.
We're going to go to
They're a bit
Sunday
sweet.
morning for the Cup semi-final. These two are going to be in the halfway line bickering over what takeaway.
Is he running the line?
I genuinely think, hand on heart, lie detector. If you said to him, "What's your favourite takeaway?"
Why do I put my hand on a lie detector?
What I would say,
way.
although I do
He says
favour Matt's
KFC.
argument, is that it's easier to go wrong with a Chinese unless you know one like
Also,
recommended.
Also,
I
I
one
know
of-
where I stand with KFC.
No, I
one
agree.
other point I will make, sorry, as well. Best way to get takeaway recently, in recent history, has been Deliveroo, Uber Eats, your takeaway apps.
Yes.
What you
Are they
can't...
sponsoring you today, or
if we play our cards right, maybe. If we stop arguing like idiots. So what you're getting from your traditional Chinese takeaway, we all know the best Chinese takeaways are your sort of, they've been there forever. They know they've got their plot of land. They're not on your apps.
Yes, they are.
Not your best ones. They're not on your apps.
Yes, they are.
I'm assuming that I'm not getting the votes, but I genuinely feel passionately about it.
That's right. If you genuinely think with your hand and heart, you'd have a KFC over a Chinese for those reasons, you vote for him.
Matt put up there on.
Do you know what? I actually don't. I think
Of course he would.
Nice Sybil. What is the most overrated sport?
if it's me, spin again.
That's Kieran.
Oh.
Oh no, but I promise I won't go on. So who am I talking against?
Mike.
I wasn't prepared. 'Cause I didn't. I didn't think the person asking it would be answering it.
I'm
first.
gonna go for mine first because that's the rules of the game. Just off the bat, I'm gonna go for cricket. That was a cricket pun for anyone, and it shows no one cares for cricket. All their puns.
Or your comedy.
My issue with cricket is that it's just a bad baseball, really. There's not much that can happen in a cricket game. All main other sports, like you get your basketballs, your footballs, your golf, all that, all your major sports, there's lots of things that can happen. There's a variety of outcomes. Cricket, really, it either hits the stumps or he hits the ball. And granted, different things can happen. They can catch him out and it can go, but
LBW.
yeah, but like realistically, the ball's, you know which way the ball's going.
But you don't, otherwise they catch everything.
No, when he throws it. Like, that's the same thing every time.
What about the last few runs of the World Cup a few years ago when it was...
Yeah, but every dog has its day. You can narrow down a moment in sport.
What's your dog's day? Is it Monday or did you get rid of it?
I'd get rid of it. It was Tuesday when we ordered that Chinese together. So cricket goes on for too long. Like, you get some matches that go on for a couple of days, which I don't get. I feel like it's a test. It's testing my
Yeah,
patience.
it's test series. So.
So I think
3 or
it
4
goes
days,
on for
right?
too long. The outcome doesn't change that much. Like, it really only gets interesting, like you say, right at the end.
So I had 2 in mind, but I'm also aware of my audience, and I think they really love these 2 sports, so I'm really scared to say it. So I need to pick which is going to be at least
But you think
controversial.
we'll like both of them?
I know there's two people in here that definitely like these sports, so I'm gonna have to try and play the odds a little bit.
Can't
I'm
be.
very curious who those two people are. and
I
what
think
the
it's.
sport
I
is.
think it's me and you.
No, it's not.
No,
Yeah,
I was
think it's
thinking
the
it's
other
more these two.
Yeah.
What do you two like?
Better not say it.
So my two selections. My two
I'll let him speak.
my two selections. Oh, you're not gonna like it. Darts or Formula One.
Oh.
But what I'm gonna say is Formula One
He's clearly deleted.
because well, I don't need to argue about the darts, but darts has a good atmosphere. But
Exactly.
Formula
So
One
you forget he said that.
is what I'm gonna say because it's basically driving around, and we can all go for a drive, can't we? You know,
You think you could drive an F1 car?
we can all get in our car and go for a drive.
You think you could drive an F1?
I think I could give it a good bash
No,
and
you
not be
couldn't.
too bad.
You would be dead.
And
in
it's
seconds.
a lot of it is based on what team you're in.
You could throw a dartboard. We could definitely go around now.
I'll give it a solid go.
Like, I don't think you. Can
If I
fit
was
in an
if I was part if I was put in a state of the art car where all like they sort out all your mechanics and all that jazz.
It's not go karting.
No, but a lot of the time the better teams are or the better drivers are just who's got like a better team like Red Bull,
Same in every sport,
Mercedes.
by the way.
You're sitting there and you're just waiting for the cars to go round
Yeah,
and
as I say,
round.
if you
and
don't
round.
know anything about it, it's probably a bit boring.
Yeah,
So
and
every
and
sport.
it's the sad thing is the most exciting thing that happens is when there's a crash, and I think that's a bit sad personally. That's not funny, is it?
Why are you laughing then?
I'm saying that's how shocking it is, really.
So my issue with that is that, in comparison to cricket, like my issue with why it was overhyped is that nothing happens during the game until really right at the end. During F1,
Same with F1 though.
no, but
Not
people
loads happens.
Yeah, but there's constant. You're
But
constantly
towards the end,
watching.
maybe, yeah.
Have you ever watched Azerbaijan? A race at Azerbaijan?
Chaos.
It's absolute chaos.
Also, in
That
F-
corner, that 10th, is it 10th? Is it the 10th corner?
No, yeah, I think Castle Corner. I think fair enough
That's the one.
if you're watching F1 and you're looking at the top two and you're like,
I'm just waiting for this person to go past this person, and then
But
that's
If
exciting.
you're into F1 and you know all the drivers and what's happening, then it's just half the time it's chaos because you've got people doing this and that and pit stops and I just don't think understand.
And to carry on to counter Kieran's argument, I think cricket's actually a right laugh when you go on a day because everyone just gets pissed up.
Okay, so what you're
and
saying
it's
is,
a good
well, you
vibe.
could go on you could go to the pub and do that. Why have I got to watch a bunch
No,
of
'cause we're
people
talking about
dressed in white stand in a field?
They don't always dress in white, Kieran. Not always. All
Do
right.
they not?
Look at T20. Let's not take the piss here.
True.
And I quite like a sport where you like make a day of it as well.
Yeah, but you,
cricket's
all right,
good.
yeah, but you could
Make a
do,
week of
you
it,
do that
maybe.
at all sports. You can do that at pretty much every sport.
Name a
do that in
3-day
F1.
football match. When's there's a 3-day football match on?
3-day football match.
Yeah, well, you can't do that in every sport, can you?
No, but you can go to 3 football matches back to back if you want. Did anyone catch the Drive to Survive series on Netflix?
That was really good.
Absolute belter. Did anyone catch the cricket show? Anyone watch the cricket show?
That's very generic.
Did anyone watch any cricket show? Anyone see Freddie Flintoff on A League of Their Own?
What you're saying about cricket being boring, the reason they've changed it to do like T20 or like the 100, and it's like really exciting now.
Oh, good. So they've worked out the sport is rubbish.
It's like really
No,
exciting.
but I can't get enough of it.
I think Kieran wins.
Kieran wins, but I actually quite like cricket.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying
But I
cricket's
love
bad.
F1, so I mean,
I think cricket's overhyped. is
I
my
don't like
point.
cricket.
Yeah, if I had
I
to,
love
love
it.
yeah, out of the 3, the least I'd want to watch is a cricket match. So
You know I'm right as well.
My cricket was my first choice. To be fair.
mine was probably basketball.
I was gonna-
Basketball. Oh yeah, you've lost somehow. You went. in
No,
the
I,
end.
I just think
What would
like
be the next best after cricket? Like, this best answer to say. 'Cause
NFL.
I was gonna say
NFL.
cricket.
no, it's decent.
No, I
it's
think
not
you.
good.
I think you can get
It's
good
not
in that.
It's not
Yeah.
good.
No, actually, maybe overhyped
Snooker.
in terms of.
Well, that's what I was going to say with basketball because it's just so big. And I
Also,
just-
quickly, darts would have been an awful answer because darts is constant turnarounds. That's excitement.
No, it's good atmosphere. I just think like the actual, they're not sports.
I agree. If you were to watch
just
darts,
fat
just
blokes
two
at the
players play, no crowd, nothing. You'd sit there and be a bit like.
To be fair, I disagree. I think the format of darts, where the game turns over quite quickly, is quite exciting.
I like it. I just
like
think-
what the sports people look
I
like.
think if you're not into the sports and you don't know anyone and you're just watching 2 players play darts, after a while you're probably thinking, okay, a bit boring. But it's not like that.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
You know the players.
this
the
isn't
dramas.
my views, but I just want to actually get the room's view. What's your thoughts on rugby?
Just
There's 2 head shakes there.
same as.
like it.
I don't think any of us on this side of the room
It's like
are
it's 2
are
stop
strong
and
enough
start.
to.
See, I think rugby would have been.
Yeah.
You would have done better with rugby. I think.
2 stop start.
Yeah.
I prefer NFL to rugby.
I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments below what you think of the answers and what you thought of the gaffer as well. Congrats. Big up the gaffer.
El Jefe.
Yeah. Right. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.